What is going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of Mav. Today, we're going north. As you can tell from the GPS, we are going back up to the Rainy River to target some walleyes. And this is another truck camping episode. Stay tuned, strap in. I've got a 3-hour drive left. Well, 3 hours and 41 minutes, but who's counting? Let's get up to International Falls here, and let's get in the back of the truck. Alright, well, as you definitely cannot tell right now, I am in the absolute middle of nowhere. Maybe you can tell by what's under my feet, and that is dirt. All dirt. So I have completed my whole drive up to the border of Minnesota and Canada. I'm right outside of International Falls, and I thought I'd use this time to show you my updated camper setup and what I've been doing. I got a lot of feedback on my last couple videos regarding tips and tricks on stuff I should do. So I want to start off by saying I didn't hand make any of this stuff, obviously. This is just a camper setup for a person that might not know anything about woodworking, which myself, I don't know anything about woodworking, and I wanted something easy, something portable, and something I can easily take out of my truck. Everything that you see in here is leftovers from my garage, besides this cot, but everything else is pretty much just free range of what I had in my garage. So right here I have the Cabela's cot like I just talked about. It's $60, super comfortable. I have a little cheap sleeping pad that I had from camping back in the day on it. Definitely could improve on this, but the cot does sleep fine. Haven't woke up with too bad a back pain yet, but I am 23, so how bad can back pain really get? I've secured the cot down with bungee cords. So there's a bungee cord here, and it goes right to my truck bed tie down, and there's the same thing in that front corner right there. Obviously this is a little messy right now. I'm not very good at making my bed even when I'm camping out of my truck. What I have rigged up here is I have 2 LED strips. So I have a 2-foot LED bar there, and I have a 1-footer right there, and that's hooked up to a Dakota lithium battery. What a Dakota lithium battery is, it's a 12 volt, and it's a little battery pack. As you can see, it has a bunch of light switches, and that just turns it on and off there. This little battery pack also has a light switch of itself, so I can use that for portable stuff. And it also has some USB ports, and then a 12 volt. Oh, that's not good. All right, well, in the process of trying to show you what the heck was going on here, I blew a little fuse that was in there. I haven't had these 2 light bars hooked up together before, and I think it was just a little bit too much for this little 10 amp fuse to handle. So anyway, the Dakota lithium charger. That's my own fault, but it has some USB ports on it and a 12 volt port. So there's my now dead light bar. Another source of power that I have in here is I purchased an inverter. This is a 750 watt power inverter. And I have an old deep cycle battery that I can hook it up to. This is to charge my laptop, camera batteries, and whatnot. Alright, and back to new. So what I ended up doing there is I just hooked it up to my inverter for now. There's the 2-foot LED bar. There's the 1-foot. I have my Big Buddy heater under here. I do not advise sleeping with one of these inside of an enclosed space. It is a propane heater. It does have a gauge on it to shut off when there's carbon monoxide in the air, but it is still a little scary sleeping with an open flame and even small amounts of carbon monoxide. So I use this to heat up in the mornings and at night before I go to bed. But for right now, it's just going to stay right there. And then here's my nightstand. Nothing really too special about it. It's an old college nightstand. It has some Reflectix for my back windshield and this back windshield as well. And while we're on the topic of Reflectix, as you can tell, I did a very jerry-rigged job of cutting this Reflectix quickly here. So this is just meant to keep the heat inside and to make life a little easier with condensation. A lot of people recommended that I put this up, so that's where it is. And I have an extra piece right here. I had some suggestions that I should sleep on a piece of this, so I might end up putting a piece of that underneath my cot for the night. I'm getting pretty hungry right now, and I think I should get cooking. So first and foremost, I gotta pay my respects. This whole setup right here would not have been possible without Natty up north. She's a fellow YouTuber who does some camping and fishing. She let me borrow this lovely 2-burner stove and all of these accessories you see. So I have a cutting board, silverware, some pots and pans, and heat. So what I'm going to make today is some gourmet ramen. I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to make this recipe. It's something I've been doing since college, and something that you can definitely do out of the back of your truck or when you're camping. So all that you need really is some cooked chicken. This is just a leftover rotisserie chicken I got from the store. Some green onion and chicken beef stock, and then I have some baby portobello mushrooms. Last but not least, obviously the ramen noodles. First things first, I gotta get the broth boiling, so I'm gonna get a pot going with some broth in it. So the ratio you want to have for the broth is I have beef cooking stock and then chicken. I want 2 to 1, so I want 2 cups of chicken for every 1 cup of beef. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. And I'd probably call that about good. It's about halfway full. It's a pretty big pot. Now while that's on the burner, I gotta get my other things prepared. So I'm gonna get my lovely cutting board out. Alright, so first things first is I'm going to cut up these mushrooms. Alright, so I just broke up those mushrooms into small, little bite-sized chunks. I'm going to set those to the side. So the only thing I have to do to get this chicken ready is shred it. So I'll just take a little breast piece like that. Take 2 forks. And I'm just going to add that right in with the mushrooms just because it's already cooked chicken. I don't have to worry about it. It's just going to go in with the veggies. It's going to all go in at the same time. So my broth is already getting pretty hot. Wasn't really prepared for that, but when in Rome. So next I got to grab 1 secret ingredient. And that would be an egg. So I'm going to poach this egg in the broth. It's going to be a little tricky, but I think I can do it. So if you guys don't know what a poached egg is, it's just basically boiling water and you cook an egg in it. So I'm using the broth because I don't want to start up another burner and boil some water. So I'm going to break this egg and I'm just going to put it right into the spoon. And I'm just going to cook it right in the spoon. A really important tip for this stuff is that you really want to make sure that this water or whatever liquid you're using is hot enough. So I want to make sure that's boiling really well, because this needs to cook instantly when it hits there, or else it's going to stick to stuff and it's going to be a complete mess. I'm going to crack this egg. Alright, now it's time to add the veggies. I'm going to replace that with the egg, so take the egg out of the broth, set that to the side. And then I'm going to throw in a bundle of ramen. So just classic ramen noodles. You could use ones that are, you could use the microwave kind, the top ramen kind, whatever kind you want. I don't know really what brand this is, but it doesn't matter. Well, that's heating up. I have green onion. Just gonna get this stuff prepared for when my noodles are done. I'm gonna throw in my green onions now. Tablespoon of soy sauce. Stir it up. Get those noodles nice and cooked. Looks like they're already almost there. Soften up those mushrooms a little bit more. And turn it down, let it simmer for a little while, and then while I clean up, just so I can eat in peace in the back of the truck. Like I said last time, a good chef, even when he's in a car, always cleans up his mess. Set this. Oh. It's roughly 12:45. So, you know, it did take me, I did park here at 12, so it did take me close to 45 minutes to actually make that. But you guys got to keep in mind that I was messing with camera gear and getting all the ingredients prepped beforehand. So this ramen can be completed within 15 minutes if you're not filming it, like I was. Look at, just break up that yolk. Just stir in that egg. I love poached eggs. This is gonna be awesome. Guess I shouldn't speak yet. Oh, I almost forgot one of the most important ingredients. Spicy chili sauce. Super good. All right. Unreal. So good. Just as good as when I make it at home. But I'm in the middle of nowhere, enjoying a fresh bowl of ramen. If you guys want to try this at home, I'll leave the actual recipe in the description below. But this is an easy meal that you can make either out of the back of your truck, or if you're a college student, at your dorm room, or if you're just a food connoisseur that's always in a rush. I mean, this is 15-minute ramen. You can buy one of those instant ramen packs and you can just spice it up a little bit. It's pretty much what I did here. Instead of that beef stock, you could just use the flavor packet, but try spicing it up a little bit. Just that little bit of stuff just makes such a big difference. I mean, look at that. Something to keep in mind too every time you're camping or cooking where you're sleeping. Don't be stupid. Don't leave food right by where you're going to sleep. Even if you are in a truck. I mean, I'm luckily able to have a hard-sided truck that, you know, a bear or something like that might not be able to get into. But still, just don't draw attention to yourself. Don't draw wildlife to yourself. I'm in the middle of frickin' nowhere right now, and if a bear came up on me, I'd be SOL. Now, I'm honestly kind of surprised that a bear hasn't smelled this through the woods yet and came out here, but I digress. Well, that was super frickin' good. I'm gonna get my bed prepped for night-night now. Alright, well, I don't have service right now, so I can't check to see how cold it's going to be tonight. Last time I checked, it said it was supposed to get down to 25. For all the tough people that commented on my last video, it's t-shirt weather. So on my last 2 truck camping videos, I got a lot of awesome feedback. A lot of people were commenting, giving me suggestions, tips on what I can do to make my rig better, and I appreciate all that, guys. I'm not able to do everything right away, but just the small things that I could do right off the bat are already making a huge difference. I'm so happy that I have my new power inverter, and that I'm going to stay warm tonight thanks to my sleeping bag and the blanket. So I wanted to give some clarity before I go to bed. I wanted just everybody to know that by no means am I an expert on truck camping. I am just sharing my adventure of kind of getting just the bare minimum. I'm sleeping on a cot with an old nightstand. Just want to let people know that it's still possible just to get out and truck camp without any woodworking experience or really wasting that much time. So, not to say that in the future I might not do a more permanent layout in here, but right now this is just what I need. I have plans to use this setup on a lot of fishing trips. It's the main reason why I need to truck camp, and it's been awesome so far, saving me money on hotels, and it feels so right. I'm gonna get changed into my PJs, hop in my sleeping bag, shut off the lights, and get some rest because it's going to be an early morning tomorrow. It's about 1 o'clock now, and 9 a.m. is going to come early. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into my shorts. Definitely a little bit later than I wanted to go to bed. 9 a.m. is definitely going to come early. But, let's get some rest.
Alright, it's roughly 7 a.m. and people are starting to come to this parking lot. I've already had 2 cars drive by and launch their boat. I'd still like to sleep for another hour or 2, so I'm just gonna chill back here and try not to make much noise and let people know I'm here. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock.
Second. My teeth are feeling a little hairy this morning, so I'm gonna have to get them brushed, you know what I'm saying? Alright, got breakfast. That night was a lot better than the first one. just at 10 degrees, and the small modifications that I made definitely helped me sleep a lot better last night. I got a full 8 hours. I think that Reflectix that I slept on helped out a lot. I think that having an extra rug on my bed definitely helped. And then ultimately, I think that having that blanket inside the sleeping bag with me helped also. I don't know if there's really many things that can beat a hard-boiled egg in the morning, to be honest with you. It's one of the easiest, fastest breakfasts, and it's just so tasty. But one thing, I'm not a big fan of the yolk, so she's gotta go. Get out of there, mister. Alright, well, I gotta get going. I gotta get fishing. That's gonna be a different episode. And I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. But I'm kind of late, and I need to get the heck out of here. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in to my second truck stay ever. This one definitely went a little more swimmingly. And you know, keep the suggestions coming. I appreciate every single one of them. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Mav. Until next time, tight lines. Thank you.